So the first question is, what's your African name? Your full name, pretty much.
My name is Arinze Stephen Okoro.
Second question is, where are you from?
I'm originally from Dallas, Texas. My family is from Imo State in Nigeria.
Question number three is, how did you being where you're from, which is Nigerian, how did that affect your childhood, or what was your childhood like growing up?
Um, I felt like, it kind of toughened me up during my childhood because only one of my parents is Nigerian, which is my dad. So growing up, I played soccer. So with him being my coach, I felt like it got me ready for, a lot of stuff when I got older. I didn't understand it at the time, but now that I'm older, I do understand.
Okay, so how did being, I guess you would call it half Nigerian, how did that both positively and negatively affect your childhood growing up? School-wise, friends, did you ever get teased or anything, or did that not even affect you at all?
I feel like growing up, since I don't have like a accent or nothing like that, I just have the name. I had a pretty normal childhood growing up since I played, I played soccer, I played football. So it was a pretty normal childhood. The only thing that affected me was, going to class every day and teacher calling roll. They would mispronounce my name. So that's why I started going by my middle name all throughout high school. And then, when I got to college, then that's when I started going by my first name.
Were there certain things that you were allowed to do? Because I know your dad. Were there things that you were allowed to do, you weren't allowed to do? Because how you were raised?
Nah, growing up in his house, I couldn't do nothing. All I did was literally go to school and go to practice and then come home. I really didn't try to do anything either because I know how my dad is and I know how strict he was. So I really didn't do much. I didn't try to do nothing, at least. I just tried to be respectful as much as I could.
You're a good boy, pretty much.
Yes. So I was I was locked up.
Question number 5. Were there any specific things growing up in a Nigerian household that were traumatic or that stuck with you till now that you feel like your American friends probably would not understand?
Going to, all these wakes and these weddings that last till like 5 in the morning. I feel like, a couple of my American friends wouldn't be down with that, or like coming into a house and having to speak every single time. Every single time you see, African parent, you have to speak. Like you must speak. Some American parents, they'll see their mom speak one time and then they'll see them 10 minutes later and then not say nothing. With African parents, you have to speak every single time.
My mom gets mad every time I don't tell her good morning.
Yeah. So I'll see my dad and then he'll go somewhere and then come back 10 minutes later, and I'm speaking like I haven't seen him all day, so and he's got on a couple of my friends about that, so.
Question number 6, are there any of the things that you love about being Nigerian?
Oh, definitely. The culture, the people, the food. It's just a very, very diverse, country, because Africans, we speak, our native tongue, we speak French, we speak English. So spending, I really didn't appreciate it till I got to college, going to the University of Houston, being that's one of the most diverse schools in the nation, hanging around all the Africans and being in the Nigerian Student Association, it made me appreciate it more. So.
All right, so speaking about the food, what is your favorite Nigerian dish? I think other people should try that.
It's actually a lot. I know a lot of people like fufu. I like fufu with okra soup, rice and stew. with plantain. That's a good go-to. I actually just had some moi moi. For people that don't know what it is, it's like beans, but it's a different way you make it. But moi moi is actually really really good, and it's healthy.
Yeah.
And I just had some really really good moi moi for Thanksgiving, and
Yeah.
also suya is really good too.
It's been forever since I had suya.
There's this place in Houston. It's like a suya kitchen and a bar.
Oh, I think
So
I've
good.
heard of that.
Yeah, so if you watching this video and you in Houston, go check out that Suya Kitchen. It's so good.
Question number 8 is, who is your favorite artist? Do you have any favorite Nigerian artists?
I like Burna Boy. I like Davido.
How do you know? And Davido.
I like P Square. He's kind of old school.
Yeah.
But,
I haven't heard him in forever.
yeah, so those are my 3. Burna Boy,
Mm-hmm.
Davido, and P Square. Top 3.
Okay. All right. Question number 9 is, are there any misconceptions about Nigeria that you wish people knew that a lot might not happen?
Yeah, so a couple of misconceptions that I get and that people think is that in Nigeria everybody lives in huts and it's a whole bunch of freaking lions and tigers out there. Like, nah, like I'm pretty sure there are nicer places in Nigeria than there are in, America. So it just depends on where you go. There are places in Africa where there are, lions and the desert and stuff, but people think that right when they pull up to Nigeria, you finna be in the hut and you speaking like nah. Like people always think that, but those are more of the misconceptions I got when I was younger. But now people are older, people are more woke now. They know what's going on. But yeah, so
It's funny. The last person I did this interview with, I said the exact same stuff you were saying about the lions and the bears and stuff. That was exactly what we were talking about. But I like you said, people are now more aware and stuff.
yeah.
Now that I feel like Africa is being more noticed, people are starting to go there more and stuff.
Exactly. People like African music. People listen to African music, they don't even know it's about African person. So.
Yep, that one Drake song with Wizkid on that little part. I was like, hey, that's a Nigerian artist.
Yeah, people singing yeah all day, and they don't even know. But
Exactly. Are there any major cultural differences that you happen to notice from Nigeria than other countries, or compared to other countries?
I feel like with Nigeria, the culture is very very traditional. And a lot of Nigerian cultures, they try to, even if the tradition is really, really old, they try to execute the tradition as much as possible, whether it be, wedding ceremonies, church, graduation, parties, wakes. They try to keep everything very, very traditional. And that's what I like. I always say when I get married, I'm going to have a regular American wedding, and then I'm gonna have a traditional, African wedding. So.
All right, question number 11 is there anything that you wish your parents would have done different raising you as a first generation Nigerian? Let me elaborate. Like teaching you the language, taking you to Nigeria more, or teaching you how to cook the food?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I should have been more exposed to the language, in the tongue that we speak, the fluent tongue that we speak. I understand it more than I can speak it. I wish I knew how to speak it fluently, just so I can have that bilingual under my belt, and also being able to cook the food would have been a plus. But like going to Nigeria is cool. I can't be out there too long. I've been to total like 4 times. I can't be out there too long though. But yeah, definitely learning our native tongue, the language that we speak. Learning Igbo would definitely be something I wish I would have caught on when I was younger.
It's never too late to learn them.
Nah, it's never too late.
Having all these classes and stuff now. It's
See,
hard.
we ain't got time now. We older.
Yeah.
So, so when I was younger, I wish, I was sat down and taught it like, we was taught like Spanish in school and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like, for example, like with, you know how kids that speak Spanish and stuff like that, their parents pretty much only spoke that. And with our family, I feel like they did like a mixture of Igbo and English and stuff.
Exactly.
And they didn't stress it. Like, it's not like it was that important for us to know it. But then out of nowhere, as we get older, they're like, oh, so you don't understand this, you don't understand that. And other people like aunties and uncles saying, oh, so you don't understand what I'm saying. And I'm just like, well, no.
Exactly. What you want me to do? We was born out here. What you want me to do? But yeah, so that's something I wish I would know.
Yeah, same. Okay, so what are some life lessons as a young adult that you will continue to use that you have learned from your Nigerian father, relatives, culture, and what are some things that you won't use?
Well, something that, my dad taught me growing up at a young age is nothing is going to get handed to you. So my dad, he was the oldest male out of 8. So,
9.
9. Yeah. And, our grandparents, died when they were young. So my dad had to have a lot of responsibility being the second oldest of the 9. He had a lot of responsibility and he got a lot of stuff, out the mud. So I feel like, something that, I would take on and pass it on to my son would be, or daughter would be, nothing in life is going to be handed to you. You have to work for everything, especially them immigrating from Nigeria to America. You have to definitely work hard. When you work hard, you'll be successful. And something that I would not do is I probably wouldn't be as hard to my little kid as hard as my dad was to me. Like my dad was treating me like I was a grown man, when I was 8 years old, wanted me to work 3 jobs and stuff like that. Like I ain't got time. I'm just 8, Yeah, so that's something I would definitely, not do with my son. Not be as, hard on him. Try to be stern and fair, but everything would be, a choice. Or I feel like I had to play soccer. I had to do a lot of stuff because it would make my dad happy, just because that's what he wanted me to do. Right. So, which I have no regret doing anything, but I feel like if it was up to me, my life would have been a lot different, and things like that. So
I was gonna say, did him doing stuff like that kind of affect the relationship you have with him, like now? Are you not as close to him, or do you not talk to him about certain things as much?
Well, so definitely when I was little, when I was growing up, him being that way, it made me not want to open up, because Africans are very, very, very judgmental, and they don't do none of that homophobic stuff. They're very homophobic. They don't like you liking the same gender, nothing like that. So and that's why I go back to saying everything is a choice. Like, if my kids grow up, not saying that they do grow up and liking the same gender, that's their choice, right? But growing up in an African household, that's not an option, But me growing up now, I feel like growing up in that way, it taught me a whole bunch of stuff. To now I'm older, now I understand. When I was little, I didn't understand, but now I understand that. It was kind of a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah. Are there any other comments or statements that you want to add in?
The more you know, the better off you are. People who aren't really educated about the Nigerian culture, ask somebody, reach out talk to some Africans. There's a lot of Africans in this world, and a lot of Africans are very successful. So I would say, plug in with some Africans, but stay away from, the bad ones. there are a lot of bad ones out here. I don't want everybody to think that all Nigerians or all Africans are scammers or stuff like that, because that's what a lot of them be doing. But yeah, there's a lot of rich pharmacists out here. There's a lot of rich Nigerian doctors, lawyers, everything. And our food is good and our culture is dope. So definitely tap in with a Nigerian.
All right. Would you like to shout anyone out?
I want to shout out to the bros, root to the bros, root to all the African bros. Shout out to everybody that trades in the foreign exchange market. Shout out to my family on my mom and dad's side. Shout out to God. Without him, nothing would be possible, But yeah, you in Houston, go Cougs. But yeah, that's it.
All right. Would you like to plug in your social media?
Yeah. So follow me on Instagram, KingSteve __ KINGSTEVEE_. Trying to trade in foreign exchange market. Boom, tap in.
You just give me all the information. I'll put it in the link below. So thank you, cuz, for doing this.
You're welcome.